Now this is a photograph of Oscar Wilde and all some of our famous writers, of course, George Bernard Shaw, James Joyce, William Butler Yeats. But a very interesting story. The owner of this shop is a man called Robert Scott. And when he first moved into this shop, he'd come in the next day and the photograph of Oscar Wilde would be down on the ground. So he then took the photograph and he moved it over to where George Bernard Shaw was. And he put Shaw's there and Wilde there. And the next day, the Oscar Wilde one fell down again. So if you look at the hook, you can clearly see underneath, you can see. So I guess the ghost of Oscar Wilde still lives on in Cong today. So as we can see here, we've got tons of books on Oscar Wilde. Very flamboyant looking in his cloak and his hat there. And this is a whole shelf dedicated to books on Oscar Wilde. There's another one. And lots more. The Ballad of Reading Gaol, of course, once read, never forgotten. That brilliant poem he wrote about the cruelty to prison life. And if you stroll around the shop then, you can clearly see you've got some lovely old first edition books. Very old books here. Real rare, beautiful collector's books and first editions, I'm sure, of Oscar Wilde as well. And this is rare books based in the village of Cong in the dance hall, and the proprietor is Robert Scott.